now with a 1st and 10. It's Mitchell, and he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A nice run right there, and we talk this time of year about certain teams, certain players who don't have a lot of postseason history to speak of. And here's a man right here in his rookie season in the NFL, and he's being asked to carry the load at running back for this offense.
And he has acquitted himself nicely here in his rookie year. And look, I think we both believe that the burden's a little lighter on backs and receivers than it is on quarterbacks in the playoffs. But that's not to say that this is going to be easy. As fast as the NFL game is in the regular season, it's like warp speed when you turn pressure up in the postseason. So let's see how he handles things early.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Love. He'll get this one complete to Darden. But Charles, what a rookie season he had, catching the football over 1,000 yards on the year, and he comes through there with a nice grab.
And we've seen wide receivers in recent years come in and have big years right away. And you think about Justin Jefferson in 2020, 1,400 yards and huge impact on his team and on the league. This guy, he's following his footsteps as an impact guy here in year 1.
Again, it's Love. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 23. Love, they go play action now. And that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. Rolling to his right. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. And now the field goal team on for Buffalo. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. McPherson's kick is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified. And look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They've been a come-from-behind team all year. They'll need to do it again as they trail early in this wild card game. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. Working with his 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 31, Stafford. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Caleb Chason showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Back to throw, Stafford. Yep, that's into a crowd and intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. We'll see if that pick 6 looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. You often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome. But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. And then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. From the 10. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. It's their third drive now, and so far we've seen a punt. In that second drive, CD, they turned the ball over, so not the start that they were envisioning.
Yeah, they've been ineffective so far, but look, they've worked on a game plan all week long. Don't get away from it too soon. Find a way to get some significant gains, loosen up, get going, and then they should be okay the rest of the way.
From the 39, Stafford, and the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Running from the gun with Henry. Breaks through the contact. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Montrevious Adams in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And that one's not good. Juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. It had been a near-perfect beginning to this football game. Already a double-digit lead first quarter, but their first misstep.
And you know how it is, partner. Sometimes when everything's going right, you start to feel like you can do just about anything you want on the field. This one didn't work out. If I were him, I'd go to my defensive captain and say, pick me up, my man. Help me out.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end.
Let's go.
And now hang on here, because down on the field and appearing to be grimacing in some pain is the tight end, Zach Ertz. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. 10th carry now for Derrick Henry. 59 yards rushing for him already. A terrific first quarter here to begin the playoffs. Derrick Henry. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
On 2nd down, it's Henry. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Travius Adams picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Love now. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he'll get it down here to the 43.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. It looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
Mitchell. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Elijah Mitchell taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bills will add on to their lead. The first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground. But that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. 78 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
I actually love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Stafford. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Travius Adams able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now a handoff to Henry. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Browns on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. To throw is Stafford. And incomplete. They tried to drop it off, but he couldn't hold on. So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the second quarter. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Love. Finding some room at midfield. And some room to roam now. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A big game there for the Bills.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. The Love's throw into the hands of Pitts here. A gain of 6 there on first.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
Yeah, they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He's got Fuller. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? On 2nd and goal, Love. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Rocky Sin. And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. After the interception, here's Stafford. Here's Tony on the quick slant. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. From the 41, Stafford. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now Stafford. This will go to Henry out wide. And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And incomplete on the deep ball.
An attempt at a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Play action. Stafford. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. The long-distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from, so field position becomes a factor. I think in this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air, maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The player is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, there you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium. But you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 60 yards on the ground for him so far. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And they'll give to Scott here on the option.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd down now, it's Mitchell. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Down the punt team is on as this is sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline.
Oh, no.
So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
And And Henry's hit. He lost the football. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumbled, recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Caleb Shake. Able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, and still a long way from the end zone. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. That's going to set them back 5 yards. A bad time for a false start penalty as they're backed up now for 3rd and goal. Now Stafford. Wide open receiver complete. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. To throw now. Here's Love. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. 70 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he sneaks his way. Forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd down and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. To pass. Here's Jordan Love. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Play fake. Here's Love. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. On third down, Scott. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Elijah Mitchell, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. Stafford. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. He's got Njoku over the middle.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line. To the air again, Stafford. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Chris Wormley in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now it's Stafford. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. It's to the sideline and incomplete. Nearly intercepted, in fact. But he couldn't hang on. 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Stafford's throw into the hands of Lockett.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against him a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Stafford looks to throw again. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. The Browns on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Stafford. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Tyler Lockett there to make the grab. And the Browns are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Takes it at the 7. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And it's looking like they are going to get the victory here, and it will not be one and done in these playoffs. Of course, you remember the disappointment of 12 months ago, and they're trying to erase that memory right now. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Love. That's caught left side to tight end Pitts. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
On play action. Love to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big gain there for the Bills.
Even with a big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
On 1st down, Mitchell. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. And Thomas seems to be in some pain. He's still on the ground. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big gain there for the Bills. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Mitchell. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. Now Love. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Will Fuller. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The Bills will add on to their lead. Look, this is a team, Charles, that faced adversity all year long. They're going to fight hard to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A miss message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And at this point, maybe you say, it was a good effort really just to make the playoffs. They couldn't win their division, but did earn a wild card berth. It does appear, however, that their season is just a few minutes away from ending in one-and-done fashion. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A check down here for Henry. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Stafford on 3rd down. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Throwing again is Stafford. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. That's 2nd down. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. He dumps it off for Henry. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. Here's Stafford. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He'll fire a desperation throw for the end zone. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to get the football back. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.